Are you a bad player at Enlisted? Do you want to get more kills? Do you want to level up quicker to unlock cooler weapons and squads? Well, in that case, you just need to get better. Yeah. But in this video, we'll show you how. How are you all doing, humans of the world? It's your boy Major McDonald's, and you're watching this series on my channel showing you how to improve at Enlisted. But this video will be slightly different to the previous episodes in the series, which you can watch now by clicking in the top right corner of the video. And instead, today we'll be giving you specific tips on how to get more kills and hence win more games. But you guys know the score by now. Let's begin. How can we not begin by discussing arguably the most important aspect of the game? Rally points. They are so important to win games and get more kills. It's unbelievable how many of you out there don't build them. Yes, I'm looking at you watching this video now. Can you honestly say you built 5 rally points in each of the last 20 games you played? No, you can't.
But I mean, I want an 11-inch penis. It's not going to happen.
For those of you who don't know, rally points are essentially constructible respawn points that any member of your team can use. You really want to build these because you want both yourself and your teammates to be back in the action after dying as soon as humanly possible. This way, you spend less time running to points and more time getting kills and attacking or defending the objective points. If you are going to take this piece of advice seriously, and you should, then build rally points in cover where possible, and the more cover, the better. For example, building them inside houses on your side of the map that are close to the point, bearing in mind you can only build them as close as 35 meters away from the point, but it does vary between maps. Other good locations are on the other side of walls, in ditches or in shrubbery. All of these places help disguise your rally point from the enemy, as the other team should be wanting to destroy your rally point so they have the advantage and you can't get back to the point as quickly. Be careful of destroyable structures though, and you can test if your cover is going to be destroyed by throwing an explosive pack at it and seeing what happens really. And do not build loads of other structures around your rally point, such as sandbags. You may think these actually help guard the rally point, but in fact, actually wait, hold up. Let's imagine this together. Imagine you are the enemy and you see random sandbags on the enemy side of the objective. What do you think? If you have half a brain, you should realise that someone on the enemy's team has decided to build something there. Why? Probably to guard something, such as a rally point. So, you've just given away the location of a rally point, which they will easily then be able to destroy, for example, just by going up to it, or by using a radio man, or by using artillery, or something else. And you've wasted time building a rally point that will just be instantly destroyed. Monkey! As you learn the layout of maps, you will find more and more unique places for rally points, and try to outthink the enemy by placing them in places you don't expect. Similarly, if you see many enemies coming out of a certain house very close to the objective, you can safely assume there is an enemy rally point in there, and you can confirm this by going up to the point and hearing for a beeping sound. If there is a beeping sound, then there's a rally point in there, so you should destroy that rally point as soon as you can. This will help your team massively. On both the minimap and the map where you pick where to respawn, rally points are marked with a square base, whereas the default respawn points have a circular base. And you can also see this in-game by going to your engineer trooper and getting out a hammer. If spawn points are near, they will appear on the map in icons. It's a great way to quickly check if your own team's rally point has been destroyed or not, and whether you need to build another one to help your team. If someone on your team has already built a rally point, build another one, but in a separate location, not in the same location. If that rally point then goes down or is destroyed, your team have another to respawn at, and it's fantastic both for defending and attacking if you want to flank the enemy. And flanking the enemy alone should be a strategy you go for, with or without rally points if you're struggling to move past a certain point. But, all this being said, be careful where you place rally points. Some can be literal suicide and waste your own team's respawn tickets, so think carefully, especially if the enemy knows where it is and will instantly spawn kill you. This will be more easily avoided once you know the map layouts, but ensure, regardless, that you are building rallies on your side of the objective point, and you can figure out where your side is by looking at the map and seeing the area between the objective point and your own default respawn points. You also get XP for teammates respawning at your rally points, so it even helps you level up quicker as well. The next tip is made so much easier and is facilitated by the fact that you might have rally points close to the point, but attack the objective points. In case you are unaware, the objective points are marked for both teams, whether attacking or defending, by the subscribe button. Come on, you can click it. I believe in you. The objective points actually are marked for both teams, whether attacking or defending, by the black marker with an image of an artillery gun. For the love of God, do not just sit around far away from the point and do nothing. It's the most infuriating thing for teammates to see, because you are directly contributing to your team's loss, getting no XP for yourself and no kills.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You also get more XP for kills on the point, helping you level up quicker. Even if you are deciding to snipe near the point, so you can go and defend it quickly or attack it quickly if your team loses control of it. Be as aggressive as possible, because this playing style will be the most fun, but also because it will give you the most kills, more XP, and win more games, hence level up quicker. Objective points are literally the game's bread and butter, and if you are not playing around them, you will lose every single game. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but your KDA record does not matter at all. Literally zilch. Nothing. Nada.
I don't believe in capital punishment, but they should be shot.
Now I know what you're already thinking. How can I get more kills if I don't have good weapons? Easily. The basic bolt action weapons such as the Kar98K, the M1903 Springfield and Mosin rifles are fantastic for one main reason. They hit hard. They will down or kill anybody in one hit, and they've just been buffed as well in the latest patch, so if you aim well and practice a reaction time, you will get hundreds of kills a game even from level 1, having never played the game before. I assure you, don't disregard these rifles as they really do train your aim, especially for when you unlock more weapons down the line. You can best players who have unlocked all the late game gear with just the starting rifles, and that's one of the beauties of the game. Any weapon can easily kill anything else. Plus, it's unbelievably satisfying killing a Soviet who has the rapid-firing PPSH-41 with one shot from a Kar98K. Jesus man, you don't know how that feels until you've done it. Oh, it's just one of the beauties of life.
That is bloody lovely.
But what about aiming? If you're using bolt action rifles, you should know that after every shot, you have to unaim and adjust the bolt, which is devastating if you miss your first shot, giving the enemy plenty of seconds to shoot you dead. The best policy for bolt actions is to aim for the chest, as that area has the largest hitbox, even if the player is moving, giving you the best chance for a direct hit, which will down him or kill him. And this goes for all weapons, not just bolt actions. As you get good with the weapons, you can start to begin to aim for the head, but just know that it will be a bit less accurate and you'll miss a few more times. But what other weapons are better than bolt actions? You should know your power spikes. These are when you suddenly unlock a vehicle or weapon that is significantly better than the things you have previously unlocked, and as a result you should know these ahead of time and save up your silver weapon orders for when you unlock these to get lots of them at once. But don't get too many. Make sure you calculate how many you need for now, as you can always get more later if you don't get enough now, which means your silver orders will be earned and spent in the most efficient way possible. For example, your first good semi-automatic rifle unlock is a huge power spike in all campaigns, which will tend to be either the M1 Garand, the SVT-38 or the Gewehr 43, depending on the faction you are playing. If you are unsure, then you can click on the campaign tab on the homepage and click on any weapon to see its stats, where it will say which kind of item it is. You should be aware that the majority of machine guns have an awful shot dispersion statistic, which is a hidden statistic in-game but available in the game files. You can check my latest video on the best machine guns in the game to analyse this in more detail. As a result, many machine guns are much better used when you mount them, which you can do on any item in the game such as windows, the floor, benches, doors, sandbags, logs, anything else. It massively reduces recoil as well. So if you find yourself camping, defending a point for example, it's vital you do this to get more kills and win more games. All other weapons can be mounted for the same benefits, but there are no such stark differences as with a machine gun. In addition, using a machine gun like a semi-auto rifle, i.e. in short bursts of fire, can keep you very accurate and in many situations get you more kills if you aren't able to mount it. Currently, submachine guns and assaulter squads, the main troop type that uses them, are some of the best weapons in the game, and they are the best for the aggressive, attacking the point style of play too that we mentioned previously, so often that means you get more kills and win more games. They recently got a nerf in the Stalingrad update, but they will still be crucial, plus they are often the best to grind out more XP. My recommendation is definitely to upgrade to the max, your favourite ones, so they are as OP as possible for you to use and grind out XP. My advice is to give all of your Assaulter squad's ammo pouches and the best ones you can afford, as ammo is in short supply in the game. But should you run out, try to remember if any of the guys you killed was using a submachine gun, so you can run over and equip it and keep yourself in the fight. Or if you have an engineer, build an ammo box, so all of your soldiers can fill up on ammo. The same goes for any other elite weapon, such as fully automatic rifles, and any trooper in the game can do this, and even exchange your current weapons if you don't like the ones you have. Picking up weapons is such an important mechanic to know and to realise what your opponents are actually using, so then you can pick up the ones that you know will be best used for your playstyle. Also bear in mind that your pilots and tankers can all equip SMGs, and tankers can exit their tanks, whereas pilots can jump out and parachute behind enemy lines, all to act as more Assaulter squads. Engineers, however, as we've just mentioned, are the best class in the game. This is because they can build rally points, as we spoke about at the start of the video, but can also build other amazingly crucial items, such as ammo boxes for your team, anti-tank and anti-aircraft guns, sandbags, tank traps, barbed wire, among many other things, all which their construction and use by other players will give you XP points continuously, like a continuous stream, like a river, you know? Like, ammunition boxes are best placed on objectives if defending a point for your team, whilst sandbags, tank traps and barbed wire should really be used to protect entrances to an objective point from enemies if you're defending. If you have multiple engineers in a squad, you can use the X key to order them to build something for you or to help speed up construction you are already working on. There's so many uses for all of their possible constructions that they are just your bread and butter, and you really should be using them, or at least have one in every single squad. Just be careful where you build certain things, as AA guns or AT guns can block certain areas even if they are destroyed by enemies, and barbed wire can easily be more detrimental to your own teammates than the enemy. Place them in a really stupid place, and there are so many people that do this, so please, 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 don't be that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
The previous 2 points being said, still all trooper classes are amazing, and there really is no downside to any of them if you use them correctly, which relies on when you should be using them. For example, flamethrowers are best used to clear enclosed spaces like bunkers or any area where there are multiple enemies congested in a small space. Radio men and mortars are best used to barrage key points, for example where some enemies are camping, some objective points, or to destroy enemy rally points from afar if your team knows where one is. Even the basic rifleman class can be amazing if you use 9 of them in one squad and they have fully automatic rifles. They essentially act as another SMG squad. This list continues, and this skill of knowing which squad to use and when will develop as you play more games. You also should manage your troops and squads, both in-game and in the lobby, as much as you can. In-game, this means ordering your squad to a point with, say, the X key on keyboard, or ordering individual squad members with the K key on keyboard, to help keep them safe while you run further and engage the enemy, or to use them as a distraction. Keep in mind that if you stray further than 50 meters away from them, all orders will be cancelled and they will follow you again. So if you change position a lot, then remember to keep reordering them somewhere. In the lobby though, ensure that they are kitted out with all the best gear that you can afford. Also ensure that you strip down your troops. Not literally, that's, probably a bit illegal.
I don't know. I think that's a bit dodgy, mate.
In the reserve or in any other squad, take all of their stuff out and give it to soldiers in squads that you are using. You should never have any items in the reserve apart from the default knife and the default primary bolt action rifle in any troop in the reserve, or in troops in squads that you aren't using. If you don't, you're forcing yourself to waste more silver orders buying more stuff that you don't need because you've already got it wasted away on some other troop. Every troop that you are using should have a primary weapon that you are comfortable using, a med pack and an explosive pack at the bare minimum. Everything else is more optional. Mines and pistols, while useful in some circumstances, really are not worth the silver orders in the early campaign, and you'd rather spend them on explosive packs and med packs, as those are the things that are going to give you more firepower and stay in the fights for longer, hence giving you more kills and XP. Explosive packs are currently the best item you can put in the grenade slot, and you should always have them over a standard hand grenade, as explosive packs also help against tanks as well as acting as a normal hand grenade. Smoke grenades are a decent option if you have a spare space, but explosive packs should take precedent on the majority of your troops. Remember to cook your grenades by holding down the keybind to throw it, which reduces the time for enemies to react to it and get away or throw it back. While on the topic, if an enemy throws a grenade at you, trying to throw it back should be your first decision to save the lives of so many of your own squad mates and get kills yourself. Items to put in the backpack slots vary depending on your troop and your playstyle. For example, I give a large backpack medpack to engineers for them to get more medpacks to stay alive longer as they are so important. I give large grenade pouches to anti-tank gunners for them to have more explosive packs to, blow up tanks easier. And I give large ammo pouches to gunners and submachine gunners. Though, tailor this to your playstyle. As for the best soldier perks, that again does vary by what your trooper is using and what kind of trooper he is. But the best perk in every tree in general is the plus 75% medpack usage speed, plus 35% vitality, and minus 40% vertical recoil, which actually activates permanently, not just for when you are standing, as it says in-game for whatever reason. You should be aiming to go for these perks unless there is a more specific one that you want, like say plus 50% building speed for an engineer, which is another great one, or plus 12% bolt action firing rate for a trooper with a bolt action rifle equipped. Remember, you can change these perks at any time at the cost of a 1 level downgrade, which you can get back really easily. Ever wondered what those red markers you see in battle mean? Well, they are just that. Markers. You can place up to 3 yourself, and people place them where the enemy is located, but you can use them to mark specific things with the V key on keyboard, like enemy rally points, enemy tanks, enemy sandbags, enemy machine gun nests, and so much more. This helps your team's pilots know where to bomb and shoot to clear them out, allowing you to win more games. Note that your own AI squad mates will also look in the direction of the most recent marker, which can be very useful to get them to shoot at specific enemies, but if not removed, they will actually hurt your AI's movements and perceptions, so be careful where you place them and try to remember to get rid of them if the enemies are no longer where you just marked them. Marks do expire after 30 seconds automatically though, so keep that in mind. But they are one of the game's most important aspects, so please, please, please use them, and then your team's pilots won't spam in chat "need enemy coordinates" over and 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 over, which annoys you. You know who you are.
You're not that guy. Okay. Are you? Absolutely.
When you encounter an enemy's entire squad at once, prioritize your targets. Most of the time, if the squad are running straight at you, then the trooper the enemy is actually controlling at the time will be at the front. Therefore, target that one first, knock him down, then go towards the second closest, then the third, etc. Because a new mechanic in the game in the recent update means that when you swap soldiers in your squad, you actually pick the one who's closest to the dead one or the downed one. You do not need to kill them all at the first shot, especially if you're using bolt action rifles, as downing is more than fine. Remember, it takes 8 seconds for downed troops to use a medpack to get back up if they don't have the medpack speed perk. So you have that long to knock down the rest of the troops, then you can finish them all off with your melee weapon, which is extremely satisfying, let me tell you. This tip is most important for bolt action or semi-auto rifle users, because I see many other players continue to focus on the downed trooper. While those split seconds you focus that one trying to finish him off, the enemy has changed soldier to one of the others that is up that can kill you while you are focusing on the wrong one. This is how you mow down entire squads at once with just a bolt action rifle. And remember to keep moving to help dodge the AI's shots from his other squad mates. Another aspect of the prioritization is what enemies overall to go for. For example, if there's ever a time where you can't move past a certain point, or that means you just die, which has happened to all of us, trust me, and it's very annoying. How do you overcome this? Prioritize your targets. You might want to go for the snipers first, as they are too far away and no one else will probably deal with them. Maybe with using your own snipers or just bolt action rifles or any other rifle that can do the job and is very accurate. Then maybe target the tanks that are cutting you off with planes or anti-tank guns. Then aim for the guys inside the other windows shooting out from cover, etc. Doing things in order helps you to cut a path through, which may take time, but it's better to do this in order to win games, and it feels much more rewarding because eventually you get to the point if you do it right. Remember this tip: there's always a way to get through, even if it doesn't feel like there's anything you can do. Regarding other aspects of team play, get to know and understand your team as quickly as you can when the game starts. You will easily find out what your team's strengths are from minutes 1 from what the first thing they do in game is. For example, did someone build a rally point? Great. Provided you do the same, then your team will never run out of rally points, and you can instead focus on the objective points. Are your teammates attacking or defending the objective directly by being on it? Great. Then provided you trust them to keep doing it, you need to do the dirty work and figure out where the enemy rally points are, for example. Get those, maybe get their tanks, etc. You can easily figure out the best things to do to help your team and win more games. And if they stop doing something good or aren't helpful, then spamming the chat for some reason actually seems to help. If you aren't, Tilted. Try to also briefly explain why they need to do it as well, which seems to have an even higher success rate, at least for me in my games. Speaking of being tilted, I know most of you can normally tell if you're going to win or lose the game from minute 1, based off of how quickly a point is captured or lost. But don't leave the game. You can quite easily turn the game around yourself by good game management, and by giving your team a few pointers like the ones in this video. Trust me, it's possible. You might not always end up winning, but usually it will be a very close game, and you'll get lots of XP points still. Plus, if your team are attacking a point and you've run out of tickets, but you have to wait that extra minute for the game to end, for the remaining member of your team to die who's doing nothing and is a useless piece of waste or trash, do not leave the game. If you do, you get a huge XP reduction for deserting a battle, whilst you could have waited less than 1 minute and got the full XP gain. So for the love of God, don't leave. It's literally the most pointless thing you could possibly do. If you follow all of these tips and adapt a few of them to suit you, then I guarantee you will start appearing in the top 3 of your team in every single game. You'll start winning more games and get so many more kills, allowing you to level up so much quicker. If you want more tips and tricks for Enlisted, then watch this video on screen for you now, and I have so many more on my channel for you to watch after this. Anyway, it's been a pleasure chatting to you today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.